5 years' time, I would say many of us will have completed the project, will be in a position or will have launched their digital currencies. We will have done enough good work so that those currencies are convertible easily. We will have worked hard on our payment systems so that transfers and settlements can be orchestrated, organized in a safe, secure, and fast way, faster than now, both between central banks and commercial banks, but also between customers and commercial banks, and that the volume of fees and earnings by some will have declined to the benefit of better services and happier customers.
Safety in crypto, maybe boggles the mind a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's unlikely to be a place of long-term safety. I mean, I think if you're talking about the recent run-up in crypto, especially in Bitcoin, I mean, just this week, Tether printed $3 billion worth of Tether. It's one of their biggest printings ever. TUSD went up about $1 billion in market cap over the last couple of weeks. So I think a lot of this is actually being driven by offshore money going into these offshore stablecoins that are then being used to buy crypto. You also had Binance putting about $1 billion worth of BUSD into crypto. So there are definitely some big players moving, but if they don't have access to mainstream finance of fiat dollars, I don't know what they're going to do long term.
Signature, the two banks that were shut down, were so important to the crypto ecosystem is because they made crypto compatible with the dollar banking system and vice versa. So they both had private internal networks that allowed for 24/7, 365 near real-time instant settlement for crypto for dollars. And so that was a really important driver of liquidity, particularly on the trading side of the crypto ecosystem. Now, as Jacob alluded to, some of that gap is being filled by stable coins, and stable coins are really important because they allow you to settle dollars with finality in real time against crypto, which again, what we're seeing here is a fundamental technological incompatibility between bank wires, which take 2 to 3 days to clear, move quite slowly, and cryptocurrencies. But it's very important. Crypto companies still have bank access. Firms still have access. It's just this real-time bank facility to access dollars in real time. That's been severely curtailed, which is why we're seeing so much movement towards stable coins and more on-chain financial products and services.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, as soon as the Fed starts to print money, how soon things have changed in crypto. We know the central banks are working towards CBDCs, stable coins, and Bitcoin and crypto for the fourth industrial revolution. But in the media, guys, we were the cause of this banking collapse. And now all of a sudden you're getting hundreds of billions of dollars back into crypto. And we know for a fact it's not the retail investor. And we know it's the whale, it's the Fed. And like I stated in my earlier video, once you understand what's going on, plus paying attention to the actual indicators, you see that the whole system is rigged. And yes, cryptos are pumping right now, but guys, we know it's temporary. We know the Fed just printed money in their head to have somewhere to park it. We know Janet Yellen has her hands on money until the debt ceiling is solved. So guys, we know all this is going to end. And then we know they're going to start shrinking all this liquidity. But we know first we have to get that distraction. And the NWO has plenty of them they set up, and they have plenty they can choose from. And we know the masses are going to be looking one way while they're running the money in the back door. We know they want to put the masses out of work, so therefore they can bring in the robots, algorithms, and drones. And crypto means hidden message, hidden meaning. These cryptos are for the machines, while the sheep go inside the metaverse. Get that programmable money. They have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. Telling them what, where, and when and how to buy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Coalition of 11 banks bolstering deposits at First Republic by $30 billion, saying the bank from potential failure. Meantime, in Europe, the Swiss government throwing a $54 billion financial lifeline to struggling lender Credit Suisse. Here to discuss how to contain the global banking crisis and the Fed's next move is the president of the World Bank, David Malpass. He also served as Undersecretary of the Treasury under President Trump. And David, one of the things that you have talked about for years and years and years are things like moral hazard and no real interest rates causing the misallocation of assets. And since you were at the World Bank, you think that it's not only ill-advised, but it affects the people you're trying to help and the countries you're trying to help. It adversely benefits wealthy people, wealthy nations, and doesn't benefit poor nations.
Hi, Joe. When you guarantee something, it's not costless, and the cost goes to the rest of the society. So over the years, we've had the 0% interest rates, and that channeled capital into the advanced economies up at the top. And now the governments are all borrowing huge amounts. So the problem this causes for developing countries and the poorer countries, and I think also for average taxpayers, is they don't have access to capital. It's being allocated toward the rich. And my concern looking forward from this current crisis is that it will make the conditions worse in terms of growth going forward. You know, there are guarantees going on around the world for basically for the elite, for the upper crust. That Japan has a cap on the 10-year bond yield. That's a guarantee. The Fed has its deposits guaranteed. You know, they can borrow unlimited amounts to buy bonds. And the bonds themselves are a guarantee for people that sell bonds or issue bonds. So we've got this kind of circular system where all the capital is absorbed by the rich or the advanced economies, and there's not enough to go around for the rest of the world.
About fears over the financial system stability have sent investors back into crypto this week. Then that's been good for Coinbase, which is up over 12% today and up 42% just week to date. It's tracking for its best week since January. But it's also worth noting the stock is still 60% below its most recent high.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.